Hello, ladies and gentlemen, hedgehog, echidnas, and foxes. Welcome back to Agents of Chaos, where we still don't have any answers for the acronym question. Y'all
You're
suck.
disappoint. You all disappoint me.
Uh, indeed. I am, of course, Crunchtrend61, or aka just Crunch, and I got the boys in the studio with me again.
Hello.
It's the Cube, and then over in the corner is the Scotty.
Planet's born, a throne awaits. He is one of a deadly fate.
I get it. I know what you're doing. I know what he's doing.
Yes, in case my intro and what Scotty just did there isn't a massive hint, we are talking about something different today. We are talking about Sonic the Hedgehog and all of his various media formats and stuff.
I thought we were going to avoid an anime, but there is an anime.
I mean, there's always got to be something anime somewhere.
Yeah,
Which is the rule.
Eventually, we'll break it.
Well, I mean, we are agents of chaos. Breaking rules is what we do.
Pretty much. So, what are we talking about first?
I say let's just go for where he got his roots, and we'll start with the video games. And I guess
everyone's.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go first.
I was just gonna say I guess just as a starter for this, just cover everyone's background more or less with the hedgehog.
That's what I was going to suggest.
Great minds, we think alike, and then we talk over each other. This is amazing. I guess I'll just go first since I'm already yakking. Pretty much for me, I've only ever beaten one of these games. I've playtested or I've tried out a bunch of different ones. I know I've started a bunch of some of the Genesis ones. I've messed around with some of the GBA ones and a little bit with some of the old console ones, but I've honestly never beaten any of them except for Generations. That's the only one I can say I've beaten front and back. Even though there's all the side stuff, I've never finished all of them.
It's a good game, so
maybe one day I'll just do a stream of me just trying to complete everything in Generations for the fuck of it.
And then Sonic Forces came along and ruined all that goodwill. We will talk about that one. We will. My backstory with Sonic is I started with Sonic Rush, which is one of my favorite games. My other favorite game from Sonic is, as mentioned, Sonic Generations. But I played some of the only game that I have not played that is currently on the screen is Sonic Unleashed. I won't play the one with the werewolf. Anyway, Scotty.
Where did I begin? Sonic. Yes, let's start from the beginning. Video game wise, I have finished Unleashed, I have finished Colors, I've finished 06. Oddly. Playing 06, I never encountered any glitches, so I must have been one of the lucky ones.
Yeah,
Wait, what were you playing it on? That's my question.
PS3. Which I had is the unstabler version, because I had the 360 version, a lot more stable, surprisingly.
Huh.
Well, I mean, just from what I understand, just from video game development in that generation in general, PS3s were a lot harder to develop on, so they tended to be a little bit messier when it came to third-party devs. Whereas, all the first-party people know how to pull all the power out of it that they could, but a lot of the third-party.
Then we have the 06 situation when it was just 06 was in development, and then all of a sudden, shit, this console's coming out. What else?
Yeah, they rushed it.
They're going to rush the game out, rush the console out. What happened? Xbox 360 had the red ring of death for about 10 years.
Yeah, that was a thing. I remember that.
I've never played any of the Dreamcast ones, or I've basically officially started playing Sonic with Rush as well, but I've never finished Rush. I could never get past level 4 on Rush.
Oh, I beat it. I've beaten it several times. Blaze is a good character. Thanks, Sonic.
Sonic Rush Adventure. Full of time,
Go on.
Rush Adventures, I don't like Marine. Everybody just.
Have you heard the reason why they changed the backstory of why the explanation for why Blaze's backstory is different in Sonic 06 from Sonic Rush?
No.
The writer said everyone just got like amnesia or something. That's apparently an explanation.
Okay.
That's dumb, but I've heard worse.
Yeah.
And I think the last console game I played for Sonic was Generations. I never touched Boom. I never touched Forces. I will probably never touch Forces because that's Furry Simulator and I don't want to play Furry Simulator.
I played it and it's terrible.
And Mania looks good, but I've seen the skill level required for that game and I'm sorry I'm not willing to waste my life playing Sonic.
Yeah, that is kind of a thing. I want to talk about Sonic Forces, that game. Hey, let's advertise all these returning and only give like two of them boss battles. Hey, look, we got chaos in this game. We gonna do anything? They're gonna get beaten in a cut. They're gonna get beaten in a cutscene.
Wasn't Shadow like included in that group of air quote returning villains or some shit?
Shadow was included, but again got beaten in a cutscene. It's by the real Shadow, so it's like, why do you bother? Oh wait, you're trying to sell this game before actually making it good. I mean, like the thing I will give Forces is, and two, the customization for your character was also really good.
You might because you got to decide one you cut out.
Okay. The music was really good, and the customization options for it were also really good because you got to design your own Sonic OC, which a thing that's popular for some reason. Oh god.
I mean, really, in any fandom, when it gets popular enough, make your own OC and X thing is just going to be a thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, true.
AOT did that with the second game, where it's like, hey, instead of controlling all these other characters that you know and love, just make your own.
You can defend the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And fight the Beast Titan, the monkey. Anyway, yes, monkey. God. But yeah, no, yeah, what was it? Yeah. But yeah, no, Mania is a step up from Mania was a massive step up from Forces. Because it was just returned to just, hey, why don't we just make a game?
Our big problem with Mania, though, was Sega trying to actually force it to be tied in to Forces.
Yeah, that was...
They knew Forces was going to suck, and they were pissed off that a game made by fans is better than the shit the team that are meant to be making the fucking games they're making.
This man tells no lies. Yeah, that happened.
Of course, the music was done by T. Lopes, who, if people don't know, he also does the music for Some Call Me Johnny's intro, and it's so good.
Yeah.
Of the music for Mania, I have a full playlist of it on my Spotify.
I'm not really... Yeah, no, that's fair. Yeah, so what is your experiences with the other games, like Sonic Unleashed and stuff like that? Because I've never played that game.
Oh, Unleashed! I played two different versions of that game. I played the Wii version, which is sometimes referred to as Unleashed.
Oh, yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
And it has a few differences from the HD version, which is what PS3 and Xbox 360 got. Because that had a lot more of an open world kind of feel. You had hub towns, you had sort of like map area you could explore to enter levels, whereas in Unleashed, you just had a static image with portraits you went to for your hub world. And you went into the gate thing to access the levels, it was just a single room with doors lining either side of a wall and a boss door at the end. And then, of course, there's the final boss battle, which is completely different things. They actually made two completely different boss battles for Unleashed. The final boss, because in the Wii version, you basically play Punch-Out with it. And it's actually quite fun. Very good. because you get to use a giant stone Megazord to fight a giant monster.
Yeah,
Uh,
I've seen
uh,
I haven't beaten Unleashed. I've like messed around with a little bit of it, but I watched a Let's Play of it years ago. I remember that. That film
I will never
robot
let
thing.
play Unleashed. I am not experiencing Eggman Land again.
Yeah, I've
I
heard
thought
that
that,
level is
Uh,
hell.
I thought that was colors, or is that?
Oh, that is Eggman's Interstellar Amusement Park in Colours. Eggman Land was apparently just a thing that was on and off for Eggman in the games when he would be like, I want to take over the world. No, I want to build a theme park. I want to take over the world. No, I want to build a theme park.
I mean, the man's got good taste in building stuff. I
No,
want to take over the world.
he just takes over the world by just building theme parks everywhere.
I'm pretty sure that is what happened in one of the games.
But my favourite thing is, literally at the beginning of Unleashed, he goes, I've unleashed this giant unspeakable evil and broken the planet so I can build a theme park. What?
Eggman's plans always make sense. I remember that time. Remember that time in like the Sonic Mania. Like, have you two either seen the Sonic Mania shorts they made on YouTube?
I think I've seen a
No.
couple of them, but I don't remember them off the top of my head.
Eggman's great plan. Trap Sonic, put him next to like a nuke. Or his other plan, trick everyone into attacking Sonic while he steals all the Chaos Emeralds and puts them into Metal Sonic. Or or use Metal Sonic to fight them to also get the Chaos Emeralds. Where is that down for? Chaos Emerald. I have not played Shadow the Hedgehog, by the way.
I have played some of it. I have never beaten it. I own it because I bought it.
I've never played it. Just know it's very, very big mixed bag.
All I've heard is it's infamous.
It's got what I think you know what I mean, Marmite syndrome. You either really love this stuff, really hate it.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Also, screw Marmite. Anyway, so yeah. So, anything else to add to the games?
I mean, most of them are pretty good. There's a lot that kind of suck, obviously.
I mean, I think the thing about Sonic is when it moved from being 2D to they never properly like worked out how to get the same feeling of speed of going like that fast. I feel like that's why Mania works.
So
Yeah,
Colors
I
is
kind of see that.
Colors is the best of the 3D Sonics because it was when they really, really hit their stride. It was just before Generations came out, where Generations, I think, was the last good 3D and 2D Sonic until Mania came out.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
And Mania came out and just was like, Generations, baseball bat.
I will say though, as far as like the whole trying to capture the sense of speed thing, from what little I have played, Unleashed does get a pretty good sense of that, especially when you're like just slamming the boost button. It's like, holy shit, does he move fast?
I've literally seen I think the world record speedrun for the very first level in the game is like 50 seconds if you can get a good boost.
Oh, I could absolutely 100% believe that. Seeing how fast he can move in that game, yeah, no, that's absolutely believable.
I've seen videos of people who have mastered the boost in Unleashed, and you literally cannot see the background anymore. It's just literally motion blur for the entire level.
Yeah, no, the blur is just like ridiculous.
Could we do look up on, because it actually shows you down in the corner, like I don't think it's accurate, but it actually shows you what the game says you're going speed wise, and the max I think you can go is 999 miles an hour.
Sonic is literally too fast for eyes.
Like, there's also a joke I think in one of the stages in Sonic Unleashed is literally just a straight corridor and you finish the level.
I know, I think it's like maybe the second level or something where it's like there's one where you're just like zipping back and forth between the different lanes, but it's like a like an alleyway between buildings, and you just like have to keep
Yeah,
swapping.
that's in. I believe that's in Spagonia. I think that's the Italian style level.
Yeah, Spagonia. It's like the first level or like second level in that one. It's just really fucking fast. Which I do love how like you can do that quick swap thing with shoulders. Just like tap which side you want to move to while still maintaining that speed level, which is great. One of these days, I need to go back and revisit Unleashed and maybe try to finish it.
We could always play it on the channel.
I start playing that on the channel. We're just going to have a massive fail compilation because I am not very good at that kind of platformer. I will freely admit.
Oh, no, Crunch. What we do right is we make compilation videos like all the ones that Markiplier has. His rage compilations are amazing.
No, you want just like raw, absolute crap gameplay. Just stick me in front of a Sonic game. I will be like.
I mean, my reaction when playing a game is normally just hit the boost button.
That's literally what you do in Unleashed is collect rings, boost, 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 boost.
Unless you're playing the Werehog, in which case rings are your life meter.
Mm-hmm. Or in the case of Colors, which I do love in a Let's Play I watch, literally said this. All you have to do is press A and hold forward in the control and you can beat the game.
Having seen Colors played through, yeah, there's a lot of levels where you can basically just do that.
So Colors, I would like to play that because of some of the best Eggman dialogue in the entire series.
That's one of the ones that they need to just hurry up and port that to something else. Like, put that sucker on Switch or something. Or put it on PC.
I mean, look, I know people are saying, oh, but the Wii emote in that. Look what they just announced with Skyward Sword. They're managing to work it into the Switch. So therefore, screw you, Sonic Colors can come to Switch.
I mean, isn't it one of the more positively received Sonic games
in
recent years?
Yeah, it is one of the better ones, from what I understand.
And it's where I get one of my favourite nicknames for Eggman, Baldy McNosehair.
That is pretty magical.
I do remember from the Let's Play I saw of Colors, a lot of the humor in that is really good. It is one of the funnier Sonic games.
Although I was watching the Super Gaming Brothers play it, and I don't know how they did it, but like halfway through the Let's Play, suddenly they were on the Japanese audio. And the person that does the Japanese audio for Sonic Colors doing the wisp sound effects is the Double Driver.
Yeah, I knew that was going to come up. It's like, I was really just thinking about that like a couple seconds ago. It's like, oh yeah, there's that little factoid.
And you just have some Call Me Johnny talking about Kamen Rider because he actually sat down and watched it. Also, Call Me Johnny is actually one of us.
Yeah, no, I remember watching a long time ago. There was a video, probably still on YouTube somewhere, where it was someone compared the English and Japanese voice acting for the final boss, where like you have all the wisps that like all load at the exact same, or like one after the other, and you can just like just so hear that driver in the Japanese audio if you know Kamen Rider.
Which driver?
Is it?
It's the Double Driver.
Oh,
the one, the voice for the Gaia memories.
Oh,
a second, Crunch. I do believe it's. There's a video in particular because it's still on YouTube from 10 years ago.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If it's from 10 years ago, that's probably it.
Linked in the description, everyone.
It's a video one.
I know, we're going to link it in the description later on. When this is on YouTube.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, do you want to move on to the animated Sonic stuff?
Well, before we do that, actually, there's one more thing about Unleashed I kind of want to touch on, which, the Werehog stuff. Why was this put on Sonic?
Because they were trying to
try something different, and technically, if you finish the game, the Werehog does make sense. If you look at certain parts of the first cutscene, they actually explain the whole reason for the Werehog before they do explain it later on in the game.
Well, no. So the point I'm going for with this one is that the the werehog as a concept, I don't mind it. Like, I know a lot of people have issues with the werehog because it's like just, a very
Sonic.
slow action brawler type of gameplay style, which I don't mind, being as someone who is a big fan of character action titles. I have way too many of these damn things. I mean, hell, we're playing one for our gameplay stuff. And
Yep.
it will not be the first or the only one, because I've got plenty others to jump into. But the point I'm going for is, like, I feel like this kind of gameplay style could have worked better on someone like either Knuckles, who mostly does a lot of stuff with his fists, or they could have possibly turned this into a second chance for Shadow to star in a game, because he is an edgy boy, and that kind of fighting style would be perfect for him.
Shadow the Edgelord.
I mean, he is an edgy boy, which is why I liked him so much when I was a teenager. Because, of course, everyone has that little phase where it's like, hey, the edgy guy is the cool one.
I mean, yeah, I did as well. Have that
And
phase.
I mean, with the Sonic characters, you can put a stereotype to each. Sonic is the protagonist, Tails is the geek, Knuckles is the brood,
I thought he was the
jock.
feminist.
Knuckles is the jock, Shadow is the emo, Amy is Amy. We do not talk about Amy, because Amy's problem needs to be addressed in a Sonic game. She's like, why is she so obsessed with Sonic when he keeps shooting her down?
I love the fact that you just said her character to try to just use Amy.
Have they actually ever addressed why she is obsessed with him, or is it just a thing?
I feel like
to put something adult into a kid's game, she's just very, very, very horny for Sonic.
Well, I mean, that's obvious, but like,
I think like in like X, I think even like Knuckles is like, why do you keep following Sonic around? I think he says that something in the sub.
I can believe that. Just like throw in, but no, it's just like, getting back to the original point though. It's like, I feel like Shadow would have been a much better fitting for that. Like, partly because the edge thing, but also just based on what they did with him for Shadow the Hedgehog, where like he has the dark and light chaos powers and stuff. Well, obviously I don't need the dark light mechanic to come back. Using some chaos powers like those in an action brawler would have been kind of cool. Like, a lot of other to pull a very interesting or different comparison, the Ninja Theory Devil May Cry game, you have access to angel and devil powers as well as your own baseline sword. And they could have done something like that with Unleashed, where you can like tap into different sides of your powers while you're fighting. So just anything to like mix it up a little bit. But instead they stuck it on Sonic, which then completely nerfs the whole thing about him being a fast boy, which I know is what a lot of people did not like. And yeah, it's just kind of weird. Honestly, I do think it would have been better as a Shadow game instead.
I think the problem is, it's like Scotty said, they were trying to, because I think after Sonic 06, they just kind of like were like, what do we do now?
Well, yeah.
And also like the fact that like, so they were just throwing stuff in. I think also after like the Shadow the Hedgehog game, they were like, let's not do this again.
Yeah, which I understand, like, that would be a very big reason. Obviously, Shadow the Hedgehog did not go as well as they wanted, but, in a perfect world where that had actually gone decently well, I would have loved to have actually seen that be Shadow as opposed to Sonic. It just makes more sense to me, honestly.
Shadow with a gun.
What? I'm just imagining that, okay, Shadow's a werehog, then everybody's like, oh, you're going to punch me? No, he just reaches around the back, too many Uzis, and goes, nope. Sprays the whole room, and Eggman just goes, that was unexpected.
We have fun on this podcast.
We do.
Yeah,
right.
Crunch, I looked up, the reason why Amy loves Sonic is she literally met him and went, I want to be his girlfriend. Literally, the entire reason she loves Sonic, she just wants to be his girlfriend.
You just made that or the Amnesia. I don't know. Comment down below which is best.
Just a
Then we
love
get
at
into
first sight
then we get into
situation.
the drugs of the Sonic universe, the cartoons and the animes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move on. And once again, we're in a situation where I've only seen one of these things that's on the screen right now.
Technically, I haven't. The only one I finished is X, but I've seen a bit of everything. I just haven't. I've just only finished X.
I know I feel like I've seen clips of the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, mostly because I mean those suckers are just memes in and of themselves. The only thing I know of Underground is I've seen the theme song. I used to watch X when it was on Fox Box back in the day, and I think I've like watched most of it on my own and later on, and then I've seen bits and pieces of Boom because again that's like another just meme show, which is apparently really amazing.
I love the
As
fact. Yeah, it is. I love the fact that like you described like the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog as a giant meme, which it is.
I mean, it is.
it is worse than Flash animation. All it is just memes, and there's a monkey in it that's like George W. Bush. Literally makes a giant hot chili dog Sam that turns into a robot just so he could load it with a shotgun and shoot Sonic.
Why is every podcast monkey?
Cause monkey.
I need a minute, Scotty talk.
Well, I'm probably the most well versed in the Sonic the Hedgehog cartoon universe because I have seen all of the adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, which if you watch that show, you need to either be very high or very, very drunk to understand half this shit because it is just a show of pure nonsense. Sonic Underground was my childhood and I love it dearly, but it had many, 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 many flaws.
Why is Sonic the chosen one? Why is there a prophecy? Why does he suddenly have siblings? What's happening?
Yeah, what is
Because
the
they
deal
were
with Underground?
Underground was an experiment.
It was basically what was the Sonic? It was basically Sonic Sat AM, but with a chosen one narrative.
People think that Sonic Sat AM and Sonic Underground take place in the same universe. They don't technically. They just have very similar elements. They have Eggman roboticizing people. You know, this Robotnik.
I'm pretty
That was
sure
the name. That was the name going with back then. And Underground just took things a step further in craziness because it was basically them attempting to do an anime before they did Sonic X.
And also, it was like they fought, like they had a band, didn't they? And it was
They were a band, and they had amulets around their neck that turned into musical instruments. They were also their weapon. Sonya's thing could also summon a bicycle.
What was this show?
This show sounds like it's more on drugs than some of the video games.
I watched the pilot the other day just to and I was just sitting there going, what is happening?
Knuckles was in the show and he had an elder he kept talking to in flashbacks who was Scottish. That AM is probably one of the best Sonic cartoons out there. It has a good story, great pacing, very dark, very emotional. They teased us for a season 3 and basically cop blocked us.
Hey, Scotty, can I mention the best thing though? Sonic X is the best isekai.
Oh god, it is.
Oh wow, yeah, I never thought about that.
I think on Wikipedia, it's like one of the first things mentioned as an
isekai. Sonic X is also one of the best Gundam series because season 2 has a mech in it. Tails turns his shell into a mech.
That's true. He did. I remember that.
And Tails also tried to bang a space plant for.
That was season 3.
I love the fact that Eggman picks his robots through cards. It's just like which one should I use?
Miny, mo. Oh fuck! I just put in the randomizer.
It also It also had the best thing that 4Kids ever gave us: the casting of Eggman in the dub.
Oh yeah.
Because Sonic X was the first series that Mike Pollock voiced Eggman.
And he was so good that he became the official voice.
He became the voice and is currently still voicing him to this day, and my god, the man just makes Eggman so memeable.
It does, but it's just such a joy to listen to him just doing the bit.
It was like in Sonic Boom, there's a bit where he's like, where he goes shopping and he's like, how's your he says like actually it's just how's I'm gonna steal the stuff, so you're gonna threaten my family again. Like, what was I know I'm not directly because I haven't seen it for years. I just remember seeing it, but yeah, Sonic Boom was a treat. I remember when it first came out, and I remember when Sonic Boom first came out, and everyone thought it was going to be like a certain other reboot of an animated series, but it was actually pretty good.
It was probably the most recent thing where they know Sonic is just meant to be a joke now, and they're running with it because, I mean, I'm going to post a GIF here. Most of the people aren't going to see this, but this is probably one of my favourite scenes where Eggman is crashing at Sonic's and he's just wrecking the place while Sonic's trying to clean up after him.
That is pretty amazing.
And boom, now that we're talking about it, you can't really call Sonic and Eggman enemies in this. They're basically frenemies.
Oh yeah,
on the same screen as each other. They literally have many times where they've worked together, and other times they want to kill each other. But there's even a time where Tails is over there and Eggman's like, hey, Tails, you want to plug this in for me? Tails goes down and looks at the sock and is like, this looks dangerous. Eggman goes, aye, that's why I'm asking you to do it.
I mean, isn't that
In the clip crunch, it's just like, Eggman's just like, yeah, that's Tails, that's why I'm asking you to plug it in. And I know it's fucking dangerous. I've not had this place checked in years.
Isn't that like every friendship though? You're like, it's either you love your friend or you want to beat the shit out of them.
Or both.
And of course, in this series, they turn Knuckles into a feminist.
Oh, here we go.
Actually, one of the best things ever.
It's
an episode where Amy is trying to get a one-up on Sonic because Sonic is beating her at tennis, and Knuckles is going, you know, Amy, you're going about this all wrong. This undermines what you're trying to do. And everybody just looks and goes, well, I have hobbies too.
No, I like the clip where Amy says, where Amy is like, studios should stop. Studios should really stop remaking their own properties and try something original. And then the cast looking really awkward.
Look at the screen going.
It's pretty brilliant.
I find it hilariously ironic that the game that has probably one of the worst reputations in this entire franchise, other than like 06, has a cartoon that is absolutely hysterical.
Bloody
Boom Games did suffer a lot from the similar reasons that 06 suffered. It was rushed out, and a lot of things that the developers wanted to include couldn't actually put in. A lot of them have said if they had the time, Boom took around about 2 to 3 years to make, and they wish they had more than double that time to make the game. There was so many things they wanted to do and test before they released the game, but no, the Wii U version was produced by Big Red Button, which was alumni from Naughty Dog, the people that created Crash Bandicoot, so they knew what they were doing. It's just they were rushed.
No, you're saying it wrong.
And we had the DS game, which was done by Zaru Games, I believe. I can't remember, but they also did the other DS game, and the DS games are actually okay. Kinda. Not bad, but they're not great.
You said it wrong, Scotty. It's Cash Bandicoot.
We'll get to the Kid-Icarus memes later. Just me doing the Kid-Icarus walk. The sneaky walk.
If we ever do a Crash Bandicoot episode, it's just going to be catty memes all day long.
But they are the best. They are the best.
Banooka.
They're
Of course, then the irony of that one's going to be it's like none of us can talk about Crash 4 because none of us own it.
I mean, I've never played anything Crash related, so.
I've played several things Crash related. I own I think 4 of them. No, I own 5 of them.
Oh well, before we do that episode, you can play Crash 4 and play it to completion. I'll see myself out.
QB, there are many things I would do. I would rather sit and slog through Final Fantasy VII Remake, which a lot of people say is actually quite a hard game sometimes, rather than spending the 80 plus hours just to beat the game without completion, then having to spend another 80 plus hours replaying the entire game to get it to completion.
I just love the fact you didn't mention Final Fantasy 13 there.
Yes, I would rather play 13, 2, and Lightning Returns before I ever touch Sonic 4. No, Crash Bandicoot 4.
Sonic 4.
We are mixing the games. Let's go.
Let's ruin everything. Anyway, point is...
I've not even been drinking and I'm having memory lapses.
Crack open one.
I have any cans on me, all I have is Cola and Jack Daniels, and I cannot be asked going downstairs to get it.
Yep. So
that's for later whenever you do the other thing you have planned tonight.
Makes us
do not talk about
Anyway.
So Sonic X was a good show. Sonic Boom was a good show. Everything here is good except
we barely even scratched Sonic X though. Like we mentioned
Sonic
the robot, we mentioned it's an isekai, but that's about it.
Sonic X, I will say, because I watched it in Japanese because for kids, and I decided to watch it, and some of the stuff this is hilarious and adult and kind of amazing.
No, for me, I watched it when it was on Foxbox back when that used to exist. So that's more or less where I ended up seeing Sonic X, and honestly, I think probably watching it on there is really what got me into Sonic. Much like another game series that Capcom made, the Battle Network franchise, where I got into that thanks to the anime.
Mm-hmm.
This one was a similar situation.
NT Warrior.
Yeah. I mean, just like stuff. Yeah. Plus, you get to hear Eggman swear in Japanese, so that's always.
Let's just do a wee bit of a spotlight on X. X, like QB says, is basically an isekai before isekais became popular.
I mean, isekais were already beginning to become a thing around that. It's just not like nowadays where every season there is an isekai. I'm currently watching one right now.
Every season ever since the last 5 years has had around 3 to 4 isekais because it's just become that much of a popular topic.
I think it's
probably one of the ones I want to check is the one where somebody gets reincarnated as a vending machine.
Oh yeah. No, my favorite is the one where the guy gets reincarnated as a hot spring. That apparently exists.
I think they're weird.
That's the ghost.
No, not that one. I think I know what you're thinking. That's a different.
Too many isekais. Let's just get that out of the way. Now X. Well, X involves Sonic basically trying to stop Eggman's plan. Fails, but then Eggman just goes, "Alright, I'm just going to warp us to essentially modern day Japan America."
I do love.
Yeah, it was like America, wasn't it?
It's more. It's a Japan America thing. When there's Japanese things, there's American things, etc. It's just like one of those weird mixes.
I did achieve
Japan
one.
Loves doing that.
Also, I think that was my introduction to Supersonic.
Likewise.
AKA, it's like
Sonic's Long Health. X does bring something back from SATM where a Sonic holds a ring, he goes into like this semi-super mode that allows him to spin and spin and spin and go.
Yeah, I remember that. It's just like And then like Tails had apparently just like a ring generator or something. So like he always had one on him whenever he was there, and Sonic needed it, he would just like throw the ring out. And it's like, where are you getting these from? How are you making these? What are
Super,
these?
Super Sonic introducing me to Sonic's long-held tradition of ripping off Dragon Ball in some way. Even the plot of Sonic Forces rips off a Dragon Ball thing.
Actually, I'm trying to remember. Actually, I remember actually looking into that like a long time ago. I'm trying to remember which one actually ripped off the other. Because like, did Sonic have the super mode thing before Dragon Ball made it popular, or
after? I believe. Let me look this up. Which was the first game where Super Sonic turned out? I will look at that.
I think it was technically in the first one. It's just
No, Super Sonic I think was 2. When you just got the 7K, when you got the 6 emeralds in Sonic 1, it just allowed you to do. I think it gave you a secret ending.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which was 1992, I believe. Let me look up when Super Saiyan became a thing in the manga.
Research.
We should probably do that more. Okay, so Super Saiyan was a thing in 1991.
So beat it by just a year.
Yeah.
Dang. Close.
Sonic X has some of the best comedy ever written for the Sonic cartoons, including my favourite thing where Eggman sends one of his little goons, this little dark-looking fairy thing, and every time he delivers a message, he gets blown up.
Oh yeah, I remember that thing.
It doesn't matter what Eggman gives him. It can be a TV, it could literally be a bomb. Anything he gives them always explodes at the end of it. It's funny as hell because he eventually gets to the point where the guy goes, "Eggman, I'm quitting," and just goes to actually live with Sonic in this house he's staying in, which is apparently owned by a rich kid.
Oh yeah, Chris and his family of everyone is fucking ridiculous. Like his uncle's a cop that drives a race car. His mother's like a model. I don't remember what the fuck his dad was, if his dad even existed.
Dad did exist. I think his dad was a scientist or something like that, or some kind of special person. And his grandfather wanted to literally stick a screwdriver in Sonic because he thought it was a robot.
Oh yeah, his grandpa. Yeah, I remember him. His grandpa was like the chillest motherfucker. Didn't he like run around in a Hawaiian shirt for most of the show?
Mm-hmm.
Sonic X was. Yeah, I love the fact that you got like friggin' like all the anthropomorphized animals just running around with just anime characters, like
just running around on Earth with humans.
Well, it's like that whole. It was like in the 90s. There was a crossover between Sonic and I believe Image Comics, and they're a superior universe, and it's like these really dark, edgy heroes. Also, Sonic.
I'm actually going to look up because I think it's. I'm just going to look up the grandpa because I do believe he literally spent most of the show just wearing that shirt. Never washed it, never changed it. It was just that shirt.
I think I remember they even like modified the house at one point to where the X Tornado, which was now instead of a biplane, was like this super souped up like F-14, 15 looking thing, like came out from underneath the driveway. Like you would see the palm trees would like literally bend to the side, the thing would open up and outshot the plane. I'm like, when the fuck did you do all the reconstruction to allow for this?
They did a Thunderbird. I'm old. I feel so.
Also, the X Tornado looked fucking awesome in that show. I'm kind of sad that never made it to any of the video games. It always stuck with the old biplane look.
Yeah. Oh god, I just remembered something.
Huh.
The Sonic OVAs.
Oh yeah, they exist. Never seen them, but I know they exist.
That thing is just insanity. There's just like, the dub is like terrible because 90s.
Yeah, the OVA where we have Knuckles, the Indiana Jones ripoff.
Yeah, that happened. Knuckles is running around in a hat and it can
Also,
Then we had Eggman trying to take over the world and kidnapping somebody with their secret and plot together, and Eggman's just fucking fighting with her inside this giant robot.
I love the bit. I love the bit. The ending. The ending is literally Revenge of the. You're my brother. You're supposed to destroy the Sith, not destroy them. It's literally just Metal Sonic going into the lava, and Sonic's trying to save him.
Everything in Sonic's universe is on crack. I'm just convinced now.
I know.
Just Sonic as a franchise is just on crack. Whether or not it's a good thing or a bad thing, that's debatable. It's just on crack.
I think it's pretty amazing.
I also do love how Sonic, just dipping back to X real quick, I do love how they actually bothered to more or less adapt Adventure 2's plotline for the second season, because that's where Shadow showed up.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much just like, hey, I am Shadow. I'm going to start doing stuff and cause trouble for Sonic, even though I look nothing like him. Because that makes so much sense.
I will say one of the weirdest dub changes 4Kids did to X. There's Shadow was, I think it was one of the female characters. She dies in the sub, but in the dub they edit it so that she's alive. So it's just like what? There's a bit where they're fighting and she's in a fighter jet and it gets destroyed in the sub. And Shadow's no. But then in the dub, she they edit it so it looks like she leaves, and Shadow's out. It's 4Kids.
That's what?
Yeah, we can remember. Can't have people die in 4Kids. Either that or they're sent to the Shadow Realm or whatever.
Oh yeah, the infamous Yu-Gi-Oh thing.
Yeah,
I had never.
Thing.
It's been a very long time since I've watched Sonic X. I did not know that. I don't even remember what scene you're talking about.
It's a weird bit. It's even the whole.
It kind of sounds like one of those episodes that they would have just cut out, not done or something.
Yeah.
I know they used to do that where they would just omit episodes because of X reason.
Yeah, let's say the episode where friggin' Bakura's in the graveyard attacked by the Grim Reaper. So also let's try and censor the episode where Bakura kills 3 people.
One thing now we need to mention about Sonic X. First 2 seasons, if it normal, everything's just Sonic trying to stop Eggman, getting the Chaos Emeralds, going Super Sonic, the Chaos Emeralds doing a Dragon Ball Z where they just fly away and then they have to search for them again.
Anyway, yeah, and then we get
Season 3 happens.
So here we have Sonic the Hedgehog, A Space Odyssey.
It really was.
Still better than in the thing.
Through every classic Gundam, bloody old 80s anime trope at the window, these big alien plant things that inject themselves into planets and grow within them and destroy them from the inside out, blah, 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 blah. Tails tries to fuck one of them, but...
Also, Chris is back as a kid, even though in his part of reality, he's turned into an adult.
He's an adult, but essentially in his world, for every year, I think it's every year on Earth is only a month in Sonic's world.
Yeah, one of those weird disconnected phase or flows of time. So it's
Sonic's Chris, it's only been a year. Chris is no, Sonic's been 6, 7 years. I'm in my adult years now.
He's either in his very early 20s or he's in his very late teens. Either way, it's just you see him spending all this time trying to make a portal to get to Sonic's world. He does it, and then when he shows up there, he's back as a kid. He's oh, because we had to do this again. So moving on, pretty much the most recent thing that Sonic's done that isn't of anything of note is he got himself a actual movie.
I'm surprised it didn't happen earlier. Just saying.
It is honestly really shocking that hadn't happened for. Like, I know we had there was that fan made thing that got put out a few years ago, which they actually got Jaleel White back to do the voicing for. But besides that, yeah, we hadn't had anything official until early 2020 when the Sonic the Hedgehog movie came out.
And it was good.
Yeah, fun fact for me, that was actually the last movie that I saw in theaters before shit hit the fan.
Same!
Yeah, it was literally hilarious. It was like me and my siblings all had the day off that week on the same day, and I was just like, you know what, just for shits and giggles, because this is something that the three of us have interest in that my parents probably wouldn't. You guys want to go watch a movie on our day off? And we're like, okay, hey, let's go watch Sonic. So that's what we did. We went to go see Sonic, and then literally like the next week is like everything got locked down. I was like, well, boy, did we pick a perfect time to do this.
Yep. I saw it on Valentine's Day.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah. So the plot of the movie is Sonic to Earth again.
The plot of the movie is isekai.
There's too many bloody isekais now. Anyway,
I mean, it just works for Sonic, though. It's like, hey, he's a thing from another planet, and now he's on ours. Doing shit.
Mm. But yeah, it's pretty good. Well, let's talk about the real star of this show, Eggman.
Which, I will say, I love how he's actually human, like an Earthling that's just insane, as opposed to, like, the one random human dude on an alien planet.
Yeah, they could have done that really easily, but they didn't.
Yeah, they could have like just had him like chase Sonic from the homeworld or whatever, but no, he's just a crazy human, as portrayed by Jim Carrey, and Jim Carrey was amazing.
And it is beautiful. He's clearly having fun.
I mean, he's playing an insane person. You might as well have fun with that. Then again, isn't that just Jim Carrey in a nutshell?
I was gonna say The Mask, anyone?
The Mask. Just a lot of the roles Jim Carrey plays are kind of crazy.
The Riddler. I just remembered that.
He did the Riddler. There was that scene in Liar Liar where he's basically beating the shit out of himself because he's trying to do a trial.
It was the entirety of Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, I forgot about
I have
that.
not seen. Some of the sequences.
It is some of Jim Carrey's best work.
Oh, no.
He's just being told, okay, act as dumb as you possibly can, and we'll roll with it. There's a little scene where he sticks his head out and does the whole kind of like buck tooth thing where he sticks his lower jaw and goes.
That just sounds like an excuse to just let Jim Carrey do ad lib. Just like, just do whatever you want. We'll run with it.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's what that whole dancing in the movie was. Jim Carrey was dancing around the set. And just...
I turn the camera on. Jim's just doing what he does best, and they're just like, "We're going to put this in the film."
I mean, why wouldn't you? Yeah.
I have yet to see Sonic. I probably will eventually get to seeing it. But all the clips I have seen, it's always Jim Carrey dancing and people editing in some of the weirdest music you could ever find them dancing to. And the one that's most common is, of course, Caramel dancing. Do, 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 do.
God.
No.
It's amazing how, like, years and years later, that song still manages to be a current meme. Actually, the word I meant was relevant, not current.
So I do believe what was funny was the announcement, well, the semi-teaser for the second movie from this series was done on Christmas, and of course there's that scene in the movie where he goes, "I'll be home by Christmas."
That's what everyone was posting on Christmas Day. That's why they were just going, he finally got home.
Eggman in the movie I even do think Mike Pollock gave him his blessing for this because
I think he did.
there's
Which
only
is
so
awesome.
far I think insanity of Jim Carrey can do, but then Eggman's just like, he's already insane, so I don't have to pretend.
Oh yeah, no, like
Yeah, and with Jim Carrey's classic elastic face, where during an interview for the Sonic movie, apparently a fan came up and asked him, he basically was talking about a point, I think it was back during the Grinch, then a fan came up and asked him, what editing did they do to make your face do what the Grinch does? And he said, no editing, and he literally just did the fucking big grin thing from the Grinch, and everybody was just shocked at how good his face was.
Yeah, like some people
Interesting.
like it takes like I think if people can train their faces to control them.
oh yeah, no, like you put enough work into it, you can
Yeah,
do
look in the
that.
whiteboard.
Oh my god, I've seen that. Yeah, so yeah,
Oh man, that's amazing.
10 out of 10 best movie ever made.
It is really fun. Like Sonic Sonic's portrayal is really well done. Like his VA did a really good job with it. Like the model that they use looks really good. Obviously, after they had to retool it after that.
Oh god. That thing that's just the demon that stands in the corner of my room. That's the demon that stands in the corner of my room when I'm trying to sleep.
Oh yeah, the old one just meow.
That bit where the guy screams was my reaction to it. But yeah, no, also Tails also looked really good.
Yeah, for the 3 seconds that he was there, which I do find that kind of interesting how like they chose mainly to just focus on Sonic. Like this is his movie. Obviously, I mean you got Eggman doing his villainy thing because you got to have someone to play off against, but it's like it's focused just on Sonic and his human buddy, whose name I can't remember because it's been like a year since I've seen this. And you know, they don't try to like overload the cast of familiar characters and like make it all muddled and confusing. It's just Sonic, the dude, and then Eggman. And I do really like that. And then the back and forth that Sonic and his friend have is just beautiful. Like the hotel scene was hilarious.
Yeah. That bit where he screams when Eggman sees Sonic. It's Jim Carrey's face when he does that. I normally hate just when characters just scream as a joke, but that actually worked.
It does.
I actually believe for them to get that screen, they probably just showed them an image of the original character design and was like, yeah, this is what he was meant to look like.
Yes. Yeah. That is my reaction to that. I remember all the videos on YouTube reacting to the first trailer, and everyone was just screaming at it.
I remember there was one video that I saw where it was like, after the trailer went loose online, there was a guy someone was in a theater, and that trailer started playing, and I think it was still the old version. So like as soon as it caught to the meow part, everyone in the theater, I guess, had already seen that trailer. Everyone in the theater literally said it at the exact same time. You just hear a chorus of just meow coming out of the theater. It's like, oh, that's beautiful.
I'm just looking at the two designs now.
It's just so like bizarre. Like
Tyson Hess says Sonic again. The guy who did Sonic Mania. I'm coming in to say Sonic with a new design. I drew fan comics back in the day, and I'm doing a better job than the people who are actually paid to make Sonic. What the fuck?
It is just really weird how the fans have like so much more grip on Sonic than Sega seems to.
I think it's just because they try to make Sonic they try and reinvent Sonic all the time. It's just like, why don't we just be simple, like the movie?
I'm honestly surprised they didn't try to make a tie-in game to go with this.
Yeah,
Then
but
again, they're probably still riding off the heat of forces, so it's like, nah, never mind.
yeah. Plus, they didn't. I don't think they knew how the film would do,
That's also fair.
considering that.
I mean, they could have given it just like a shitty mobile tie-in thing or whatever too, but they didn't even do that.
I remember I had a Sonic game on my phone.
I know there's
Almost.
the Sonic like Dash or whatever thing. I
Yeah,
think
Sonic Dash I had on my phone for a while. Yeah, that was an interesting game. Anyway, so yes, that is our thoughts on Sonic.
Yep.
So, what do you think of Sonic? Comment below and tell us what you think.
And if anybody comes to me about having nightmares with Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, I am not sorry. You watch that at your own risk. You sign the agreement. If you suffer any ill effects, it's not my problem. Go complain to your psychiatrist.
Oh Lord!
Oh gosh, I love how that's how we're going out on this one. Just like, if you have any problems, go see a psychiatrist.
See you next time, everybody. Bye.
I need to finish what I started at the beginning. Your children separate. Hide your damn light.
Oh, God damn it. I'm just going to wake up at like 3 in the morning and hear that song. Oh,
I woke up at 5:30 this morning with the Attack on Titan 6 opening playing in my head. I didn't listen to it the previous day yet. When I woke up, all I heard was daddy, daddy, daddy.
Well, all I'm going to say is, you're welcome.
Yeah, on that note, we are done for the day. So thank you for listening and join us next time for whatever the fuck we end up doing. Adios.
Why are you listening to this?